beautiful day. Thankfully, lovely day on Cape Cod to do some boat work. We've got a project I've got to do for my mom this morning. My brother and I are both going to be working on it. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and wipe down these tow rails that I sanded out yesterday. I got my acetone out and going to get those all wiped down. And then I've got my brand new can of Cetol, and I got some nice foam brushes, and we're going to get to work. I want to get these done today and let them have some time to dry before the cover has to go over it. So let's get going. Nice brand new can of acetone. Got it the last time I was down here. Oh, these are gonna look so nice. Long time. Can you imagine? Well, I guess you can imagine. 2 years. Look at the crud that's coming off from that. 2 years of rebuilding this deck. And I said, when I was about halfway through it, I said, you know what? Had I known how much work and how much time it was going to take, I might not have done it. But the beauty is, this boat is going to be in superb condition with a virtually brand new foredeck. And it'll be worth it in the end. I can't believe how much crud I'm got. Of course, this is all sawdust. Sawdust and crud. Like I said, from 2 years of epoxy and paint, kiwi grip, dirt, sanding dust. Yeah, these poor tow rails have really had to schnitzel. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I've got port done here. Let me go over to the other side. Okay, next step is to get these chocks off from here, because these have got to be, oh baby, I put these screws in, so there's no reason they shouldn't come out. Get these chocks off so that I can finish sanding the breast hook. Come on, baby. No stripping. No stripping. It's coming. There we go. Beautiful. That was not easy. I'll take these chocks home and give them the royal treatment. Get them all sanded up and polished. And after everything is re-Cetoled, put them back on here and rebed it. Rebed them. Beautiful. We're coming. Look at the length of that screw. Think these are long enough? There we go. They're all that way. This is a ratcheting screwdriver. I don't know why I'm turning it by hand. That's a much shorter screw. And once again, a short screw. That's going to be easy to remember. Short starboard. Screws on starboard were short. Ooh. Keep in mind here, these are put down with Sikaflex. And I'm going to have to get a hammer and tap these a little bit. Oh, I guess not. That came undone. That's beautiful. Wow. Okay, that one did not come out well. Did not come out easily. Wow. That is down hard. Trying to break the suction. Got a really good stout Milwaukee knife. I'm hoping this can maybe, I don't want to break the tip, but on the other hand, I do want to persuade this thing to come undone. There we go. That'll do it. Perfect. All right, back at it with some sandpaper here. One of the reasons I wanted those chalked off in there is you can't really sand adequately on the breast hook without having them off of there. Just you can't. One of the things that happened after I got the boat, when I was in the middle of working on this, I discovered that the breast hook, which is a solid piece of, what is it? Looks like white oak. Anyway, solid piece. It's split right up the middle here, right where this eye goes through. And what I did, without the eye in there, I went ahead and completely filled this with Boat Life Sikaflex. You know what? It's held. It's with the C-tall over the top of it. You know, it looks like it. Well, it doesn't look like it was made that way because you can tell it wasn't made that way. But at the same time, it's holding very nicely. It's not splitting back open. It's just holding nice and solid the way it was. So we're good. And with that part done, we can go ahead and do some use some acetone to the starboard side and the breast hook. Good. Wait a minute. Okay, put that right there. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is white oak. Classic boat building wood. It's when the old timers built cat boats and other boats. You know, white oak is just so durable and does not rot, not readily anyway. And the thing is that you take a same piece, same cutout of a piece of red oak, and it'll rot all the pieces, because red oak is wet to begin with, and it retains water, it siphons water. It's just not good wood for boat building at all. Do not use red oak. All right, we're good right there. Okay, we're all done with the port side, the port tow rail, all done with the breast hook, and now we're going to go on down the starboard side over here, get that all cleaned up with some acetone, and then we'll start putting some Cetal down. Well, good morning, guys. Out aboard Little Girl. So let's kind of bring you up to date on what we've already done and where we're headed. I've already been up on the foredeck, and you're going to see some of that footage before you even get to this part. And got the tow rails all sanded out and acetone. Got the breast hook all stripped of the chocks, and got that all sanded out and acetoned. And as of right now, the chocks and the screws are all in my truck, ready to go home and be completely refurbished before they go back on. In the meantime, what that means is we're pretty much liberated to go ahead and start doing some Cetal. And I found my can of Cetal. I finally remembered where it was, and it is just in prime condition. I mean, one of the things about Cetal is, boy, if you open it, make sure that you clean out that trough that the lid goes down in. Make sure it's good and clean, and get that lid down tight so that the next time you want to use your Cetal, it's all still beautiful, liquid, ready to go ahead and be applied. And so mine is, and we're ready to go on this. So anyway, so let's get back up there. I've got my foam brushes. That's why I came down here. I got my foam brushes, and I got my Cetal. Gonna just open it up and start getting some stuff down on board onto the tow rails and the breast hook. One of the things I'm doing very, very carefully here is not to load up my foam brush so much that it drips down on, especially the border paint that I so carefully did around the edges of the tow rail. I want to make sure that stays completely pristine, and so I'm very carefully applying the Cetal right down to that border paint. But I have a piece of paper towel handy, and very quickly dab up anything that looks like it's well, it does get down onto the border paint. Like right now, I've got a little bitty spot right there. So that's gone, and it's gonna look fine. All right, so looks like the breast hook is done on the starboard. And all right, now we're going to go ahead and work our way back to the front of the cabin, which so far we've only gotten right about to where the step ladder is right now. So let's move the camera, move the ladder. All right. Slow down, bud. Just really sloppily got some sea tall on my white border strip, and I don't want that. So I gotta be really careful. Kind of slow down a bit. It's not easy working upside down, as it were. In other words, we're painting downhill on the back side of the tow rail. Anyway, yeah, we're good. I got all cleaned up very nicely. And let's keep going here. So basically what I'm doing by sanding, acetoning, and sea-tolling my tow rails is saying thank you to them for all that they've had to endure for the last 2 years of kind of crud and stuff getting all over them and being completely neglected to the expense of everything else that had to go on around them. So yeah, so thank you, tow rails. They are nowhere near as glorious as the day that we launched her. Oh, I'll tell you what, she was in pristine condition that day. She was glorious. I'd spent almost 3 years really fine-tuning her and making her look great. Not counting the foredeck, which we couldn't see at the time, but it was functional. And anyway, we're almost back to the front of the cabin here, so we're going to turn this a little bit and continue on. Initially, when I did the boat over, I actually stripped I think I mentioned this in another part of the video, so if I did, forgive me, I'm being redundant. Name of the game. But I actually stripped these tow rails right down to bare wood, fore to aft. In other words, every single stitch of tow rail anywhere on the boat was completely stripped down to bare wood and completely refurbished with multiple layers of sea tall. And boy, she looked great. She looked great. Okay, I'm gonna have to move this, and I think I'm pretty good here. All right, we're gonna have to move it, and I think we're gonna be done. It's on starboard here shortly, so I'm gonna just wait and move the camera over to port, and we'll catch up with you guys in a few minutes. Okay, well here, let's go ahead and do a wrap up. Let me first of all explain something, and I've kind of already explained it a little bit. If you, for 2 years, had not been able to sail, and all you'd done was work on your boat, and basically, with my foredeck, it was a work zone. That's all it was a work zone for 2 years. And after a while, you get sick of the work, kinda. You're proud of what you're getting accomplished, but at the same time, it just looks so far from ever being able to get back in the water. And finally, we're at the point where it's starting to look like we're getting there. You know, that we're getting ready to put all the accoutrements back, and hopefully by next summer. Not hopefully, I'm planning on it. By next summer, we'll be back in the water, and little girl and I are going to be going for a sail. and I'm looking forward to it. But in the meantime, what has taken place in those 2 years is that everything just looks like crap. Okay, it just looks terrible. Everything is dirty, out of place, filthy, covered with dust, whether it's sanding dust from fairing compound or, before that, drips of epoxy, paint, everything. Everything. It's just everything over a period of 2 years, you just get sick of it being all over everything. And so that's why I allowed myself the privilege of being able to clean up and get my toe rails looking nice again. And they're not done. They're not done. I mean, I can tell, all I got to do is take one look at them, and I can tell they have not had a second coat. But in the meantime, at least they've been sanded. They've been had one coat of Cetol, and they definitely are looking a whole lot better than they have for 2 years. So anyway, that's why that whole thing that we kind of broke with the drive to get it in the water pattern of getting everything put back in place. And I just decided I'm going to give myself a pampering time here of getting done what I would like to get done so things look a little better. I think you understand. Anyway, all right, guys, listen, it's been a good trip. Did not get perhaps as much done as we wanted to get done, but at the same time, I'm really, really pleased with having scoped out where we're at with where things are going to go back up on the foredeck. And particularly the deck cleat, that's a done deal. I'm so proud of that. There's just no doubt about it where it's going. The cool thing is, I was thinking about putting a hole up from the bottom. Forget that. I got the thing so precisely aligned up on deck that I'm going to put the holes down from the top. Everything is exactly where it needs to be, and we'll drill 4 baby pilot holes and then some bigger holes, and then ultimately what we're going to be doing is potting each one of the holes to where it is a solid epoxy that the bolts are going through to go down into the chain locker. Anyway, you get the idea. You've seen it on probably 100 different videos of other people. So in the meantime, that's it. Thank you for stopping by Restoring Little Girl. I have enjoyed doing this. And the cool thing is, I know exactly when I'm going to be back down here. We'll be down here for Thanksgiving. And like I said, if we get some decent warmer type weather, we'll go for it and try to get some other stuff done. Take care, guys. God bless. Have a good one. And goodbye from Restoring Little Girl.